Welcome back, everyone. Buckle up because what we're witnessing right now is nothing short of a geopolitical meltdown. The G7 is panicking, again. And when they panic, they lash out, usually at the global majority that no longer wants to play by their rules. This time, their targets are obvious: China and Russia. Two rising giants that, despite years of sanctions, pressure, and containment, keep growing stronger. Let's be honest. BRICS is no longer just a talking point. It's becoming the backbone of a new global economy. Russia brings cheap commodities. China brings unmatched industrial power. Together they've created an economic engine the G7 simply can't compete with. So what do you do when you can't win fairly? You cheat, you punish, you threaten. And that's exactly what's happening. Germany's finance minister just unveiled the new G7 agenda. One that's fueled more by fear than strategy. It's the same old playbook. China's overproducing, it's destabilizing the global economy. We must act. But here's the truth. While the West was busy financializing everything, trading derivatives and printing money, China was out building real things: railways, factories, rare earth supply chains. And the G7? They built bubbles. Now they want to counter China's industrial dominance. But how? By begging Australia and South Korea to become their new supply hubs? Let's look at the numbers. In 2024, EU imports of rare earths crashed by over 20%. From China alone, shipments fell by a jaw-dropping 81%. That's not just a supply issue, that's a national security threat for Europe. No rare earths, no EVs, no semiconductors, no advanced machinery, and without that, you're not exporting anything to anyone. Europe's in a chokehold. They can't export to the United States because of Trump's tariffs. They can't manufacture without Chinese inputs. And they can't rebuild trade with Russia, because they burned that bridge to please Washington. And guess what? The United States doesn't even care anymore. Europe's stuck in a doom loop, and no one's coming to save them. Let's look at this chart. In 2024, 75% of Europe's rare earth imports came from, wait for it, China and Russia. Two countries the EU is either sanctioning or openly antagonizing. So now they're scrambling to Malaysia and Japan. But those countries can't just triple production overnight. Prices are soaring, supply is drying up, and European industries are slowly bleeding out. And all of this, it's self-inflicted. Instead of focusing on industrial resilience, Europe chose ideology over pragmatism. They sanctioned the one neighbor, Russia, that actually had what they needed: oil, gas, LNG, cheap metals, and critical minerals. But hey, who needs a functioning economy when you have values? Now the EU just passed its 18th sanctions package against Russia. 18. And yet, Moscow keeps trading. Russia is basically sanction-proofed. Let's be clear, every new round of sanctions hurts Europe more than it hurts Russia. They're lowering the oil price cap from $60 to $48 a barrel. But does that matter when China, India, and even Japan keep buying Russian oil? No. They want to ban more Russian banks, now up to 45 in total. But most of Russia's trade is already rerouted through Chinese banks, and Europe isn't about to sanction ICBC or the Bank of China, unless they want a complete collapse in EU-China trade. And let's not forget Russia's SPFS payment system, already integrated with China's CIPS. Good luck shutting that down. These sanctions are symbolic, they're theater. And here's where things get surreal. Trump is preparing his return. He's promising to bring manufacturing back, to end the dollar slide, to crush China with tariffs. But let's look at the scoreboard. So, the dollar is already down over 9% this year. China's dumping US bonds. And foreign holdings of treasuries, they've dropped from 56% in 2008 to just 31% today. Why is that? Well, it's because trust in the US financial system is honestly crumbling. The Treasury needs to borrow over $550 billion this quarter. And that's before adding the $340 billion from the new tax bill, all while inflation is still above 2%. Meanwhile, the deficit? It's already hit $1.4 trillion, with 4 more months to go. We could be heading past $2 trillion by year-end. And Trump? He's still acting like tariffs alone can fix this, that the dollar's strength can be declared back into existence. He's got this reality distortion field that almost makes you believe he knows something we don't. But the numbers don't lie. The debt is growing, interest rates are rising, and the dollar is slowly being abandoned. So, what's the endgame here? Can the G7 really contain China and Russia? Will the EU wake up before its industrial base collapses? And is Trump about to walk the US deeper into a debt-fueled trade war it can't win? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear from you. And don't forget, smash the like button if you found this valuable. Share it with someone who needs to wake up, and subscribe for weekly updates as we break down the global economic chessboard. Stay sharp. The world is shifting fast and the old empires are crumbling.